Finally, we get to drive our 56 Chevy. We have a little over a month left to turn our rusty 56 into a crazy burnout machine. And on this episode, we will see if that engine we completely scattered will run. And don't think this build was easy. It fought us every step of the way. There's definitely some good parts too. And more problems.
What the hell was in here?
Unfortunately, we have to take the blower off yet again. We have a lot of work to do in a very short time, so let's get to it. We last left you guys with the 56 getting some new lettering on it. This finally completes the aesthetic that Brito and I always wanted, with that vintage dirt track inspired lettering, kind of gasser look. It is way, way better.
Me and Dustin did a really good job of splitting up work on this build. I built a quick one-day roll cage, and he handled all of the wiring.
The wiring was no easy task. I had to combine an LS2 harness and a Holley Terminator X harness together to make this thing work. I'm so happy this is working. I really didn't know if it was going to, because obviously I just created the harness from two harnesses, but this is some good progress right here. This is great. We're getting down to some of those finishing touches, and starting an engine for the first time that you've built, I don't care who you are, you feel nervous, and we're definitely feeling nervous, especially with the time crunch we're on.
You've heard of dinning the exhaust to fit the car, but have you heard of dinning the car to fit the exhaust?
We are under a month away.
It's April 6th. We're way less than a month away.
I feel like we're making good time, really.
You mean good time on this project?
Yeah, I think so.
We could have made better time.
We also have lives. We've been fine. Totally fine. And tomorrow is a very crucial day. A lot of things need to go right for one big thing to happen. We're going to start this car tomorrow.
Of course, we started the day off right with a nice little water leak. Fingers crossed, we're just doing a couple of last-minute checks right here.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Wow, this is crazy, Jose. Are you ready? No. I don't know. Are you ready, Jose? Dude, this is...
Jose over there.
I don't get nervous very often, but dude, Jesus.
I don't either.
I
don't know.
All right, Dustin.
Wow. I mean, it's like smooth.
First impression?
Dude.
It's not as loud as the big block.
Second impression, it runs. Look at that. I'm like, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, I kind of really regretted the no earmuff decision.
Okay.
Are
you doing? You good, Ryan?
Yeah, you all right?
Okay.
He's like, huh?
Wow, dude. Okay, it's totally smooth, right? Like,
These
we just need to
headers
lower
are
the idle a little bit. We might need to. Okay, now we're getting into tuning mode.
Okay, but proof of life is good. This belt, the reason I told you to stop is I wanted to make sure it's really close.
It's good. It's good to the
But,
hose.
yeah, we're good, I think.
It like totally started right up. So that means all the wiring works, right? We're good there. This is the first LS
being controlled by Holley Terminator X 2x4 Stealth ever on the planet, and it works.
Wasn't tech
Let me tell
support
you,
like what?
Tech support was like, I guess it'll work. It works, tech support.
I've never seen headers get hotter faster. This thing is fucking loud.
Is it? I don't even know.
Really should have.
Jose and I have no idea if it's loud.
Oh, I have an idea.
Okay. Okay.
I know.
Can we watch the video?
Yeah.
Oh, here, I have one too.
Oh my god, dude, I'm like shaking.
I heard it from inside the house.
Usually we're used to a screwdriver and a vacuum gauge to tune our cars, but we have to use a laptop to tune the electronic fuel injection on the 56. Now the Holley software is easy to navigate and honestly pretty easy to pick up and learn, but at this stage in the build, we didn't know a whole lot yet, but luckily we had some help from our friend Jordan.
We're in good shape for today. We're gonna get the seat in it today, start figuring out seat belts, things like that, and getting it really to a point of it being able to drive it safely tomorrow. So, bleeding the brakes. Lots of fun work yet to come. Now that we know our engine runs, it's time for us to tie up all the rest of those loose ends, all of the loose batteries, the no seat belts, all the stuff that's gonna keep this thing from actually driving.
We asked another one of our friends to come help us tune the 56 before we drove it, and Joe is really good at tuning basically everything to make sure that the engine will be safe for our first drive. This is a big moment right here when your list is coming off of the windshield so you can drive it. This is really happening. Months of work all comes down to this. This is why we do all the late nights, all the busted knuckles, all the money we've spent, all the parts ordered, all the times away from our significant others. Thank you. It's for this moment right here, the first test drive. This is why we love what we do.
Yeah, what he said. Brakes are good. Nothing stupid's gonna happen like the throttle sticking. We're safe because we have all this.
We're safe. Do we want to bring a fire extinguisher? How confident are we?
No, we'll just do what we always do. We'll just bring a big bitch.
Oh wait, okay. We're not that confident. Trust me, I'm trying. I'm not even kidding.
No, I'm not calling you out.
No, I'm really giving it my best shot on the mellow. It's hard with the gas pedal, you'll see.
Okay, so do you want me to undata log?
Yeah. It also kind of smells like something plastic is on fire, which that wouldn't be surprising at this point. It's really just all this. It really needs to be tuned.
Other than that, the steering felt way better because we changed the steering box.
yeah.
The shifter feels great. It just really needs tuning at this point. I'm still kind of... A lot's going on when you're driving this thing. It's loud, it's
really fast.
jerking you everywhere. The brakes actually feel great. It's hard to like chill out and go, okay, that feels good. Oh, how's this doing? Oh, okay, it's doing great. Like, it's just, when you're driving it,
We're
there's
probably at like 195.
a lot going on. Most of that test drive, it was going lean. So I'm gonna try to richen it up a little bit. We don't have our Sherpa guru Joe here, but I'm gonna see if I can do something.
Out of all the first drives I've had with you, that was like probably one of the mellowest.
I couldn't go any harder. I wanted to go harder, but
No, I don't mean like going hard. I mean like we didn't run out of gas, nothing caught on fire. We're good.
That's true. We still haven't made it back to his house yet, so there's still possibilities.
Oh, good lord. This thing has a vent, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that vent needs to be higher.
Is it? Yeah?
Yeah, it's like really leaking, Dustin.
The vent is, or the gas filler neck?
The vent. This cool little feature. Now it's my turn to drive it, and I'm gonna take it easy. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun and fast. Like 180, it's running okay. I mean, it just you can't give it throttle. It just goes wide open throttle.
Data log that. Data log.
Okay, good. You ever think what people think when they see us drive by?
I always think
They're like, what the fuck?
what is that? I always think that.
Horrible.
Hey, Dad, how was it?
It was awful, but it was fun.
Did you do any burnouts?
I did an accidental burnout. I think Ryan filmed it. Yeah, this thing's fast, like crazy, stupid fast.
Well, what did we learn from our first test drive? We learned the 56 is fast and fun.
And it's like all at once.
I know. It's on or off.
Woo, that's fucking sketchy. I like it.
Good sketchy.
And that it needs a lot more tuning. It's definitely running lean, which is a big problem.
So the throttle only has 2 positions, on and off. It leaks fuel like crazy, and it's still way more fun than driving a new car.
The brakes are really going to be working. Oh, yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You know, when you're not driving, you're always like,
So we're about to take our fuel filter off. We're having a fuel problem, we think. Our gauge is sort of, I don't know, soggy. So we think maybe our filter just, you know, sometimes when a new tank has a little bit of crud in it and new lines, so maybe that's the problem. So once we got our filter open, we found out that our 56 actually makes the material they make disco balls out of. This fuel should be perfectly crystal clear. Luckily, we were able to take apart our Holley fuel filter and blow out the lines and make sure everything was good. We took it for a test drive and it looks like whatever we did fixed it.
Keep having problems tuning this thing. Even Joe is having problems. It's lean all the time, especially under boost. We did get it to be a little bit better, light load, cruising, and we can't get it to idle down, even with the throttle blade shut all the way. We're assuming that it has a vacuum leak. Unfortunately, we have to take the blower off yet again. We should get a tally, like on screen, that says like, blower pulled off 7 times.
I don't care, I just want it to like run.
I don't care either. Exactly.
This is just nuts and
It
bolts.
just needs to run. Of course, that green gasket under the blower looks perfectly fine. We're gonna have to dig in deeper.
Oh, this blower's lighter than I remember.
What we're looking at, it's gonna be hard to see. We're finding little pieces of clear almost like silicone in the intake ports. And I know the intake gaskets that came with our intake manifold are clear like this. Hopefully we found our problem. We're gonna yank off that intake manifold and see what the story is behind this random clear residue.
There's a couple like that. How do you know that that wasn't like
Well, look at this too. That's the stuff I was finding, is this right here.
Yeah.
What is that? There's like a little issue right there on a couple of them. See how the paint right here lines up with the port? Lines up with the port. How it's all weirdly messed up in those two spots, perfectly in line with the port.
So we're not sealing.
So I think either our valley cover's too thick, it was hitting here on the hose, or I mean, look at that height right there. These bolts might be too thick, because that height and that's an issue right there. If we had Play-Doh, we could throw Play-Doh on the bolts.
Yeah, I can make that Play-Doh dream become a reality.
Okay, let's do it.
Without the seals, I should be able to, as I sit it down, kind of feel if anything is hitting, before I go get Play-Doh. This will require me stealing Play-Doh from my children, which they will notice.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
well, this is a problem. We know that.
I've got a grinder.
Yeah. We know that's a problem.
So my daughter's Play-Doh, she's hopefully not going to notice. I tried to get the stuff that was like multicolored and already ruined.
Let me see.
Isn't Play-Doh a rip-off? It's only good for one day. You start building stuff with it and then it's like not good anymore, you know? So my dad always had Play-Doh when I was a kid in his toolbox. So just take a little piece like that. How do you want to do that? Let's put a sample piece like here.
Yeah. Where we had a couple intake issues, looks like. What we're doing with the Play-Doh is we're looking for spots where the Play-Doh is placed where it's completely squished flat. And that will tell us where the intake manifold is contacting the valley cover. As you can see, in some of these spots, the Play-Doh is squished, which means we're gonna have to grind, do something to gain some sort of clearance here. It was running into the valley cover, it was running into the PCB, it was running into the oil pressure sender. Hopefully when we start this, it'll just be idling super low. We can only start it for just a second because it's like 11:15 at night. I think we have our leaks fixed. We got this thing to idle down to like 950 with 10 degrees of timing, and the IAC only opened 4%, and that's the best that it's idled. It's too late to drive it, it's too late to rev it up.
It's too late to even run it as much as we did.
It's too late to run it as much as we did,
Yeah.
but we had to know. And I think we fixed it. I think.
This thing is like,
We'll find out tomorrow night after we get off work and we get to drive it. The 56 is back outside again. We had a busy night last night, working till midnight, getting the intake manifold back on, but only being able to run it for just a few minutes.
we're running out of time right now. The sun is going down. We don't have lights. But it's not going to stop us. I rushed home today on my lunch just so I could rev it. Because like he said, we got it running at midnight. You can't just really, you can't do that to our neighbors.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we're less than a week from LS Fest when we're leaving. We're leaving on Wednesday, and today is Wednesday, but we're leaving Wednesday morning, so it's less than a week.
Well, and we're leaving Wednesday morning, so we have time, you know?
Also, I got a phone call today, and I found out, I didn't know this, the Burnout competition is invitation only,
Oh,
and we're
that's great.
invited.
That's awesome.
So there's only 2 times that the Burnout contest is happening, Friday and Saturday. I picked Friday. The guy said that's probably going to be the busiest. We can't do both. We can only do one. Wow. It's 1 minute.
Can I enter this Suburban and be like, it won't run. We got to sub in the 56.
It's 1 minute, and it's a crowd favorite kind of thing. So hopefully this thing's going to do pretty good. I think this will be the only dirt track, nasty looking 56 there. All right, look at the goodness of this 56 shirt. I really like this one. It is RLS.
I love
in its truest form of awesomeness.
The air fuel numbers are finally within range. No more crazy vacuum leak.
Now we're back. Now we're in. What's up, 56?
What's up,
Good to have you back.
Been a bit.
Yeah, I definitely think it's fixed. You guys thought we were done, but now we're gonna install a water methanol kit. Methanol is a fuel that burns cold, which will help keep the intake air temperature lower in the burnout, since we're gonna be doing a burnout for over a minute. While I was doing that, Brito finally solved our belt throwing issue by beefing up the brackets that he fabricated.
We are on our way with the 56 to Joe to hopefully do a final tune on it. We have to get it just right because we're going to be sitting there doing a burnout for a minute, probably bouncing off the rev limiter and doing other sketchy things with the 56. We are only 3 days, more like 2 days from when we have to leave.
Yeah, assuming nothing goes wrong, we're in pretty good shape if nothing goes wrong. So if stuff goes wrong, we still have time to fix it, but it'll just not be like a fun 2 days.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be a call in sick 2 days.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, if your car's sick.
My car's sick. Joe and I are about to take the 56 for a drive and do some more tuning. The good news is Joe actually likes the 56.
That's true.
It has his favorite engine platform in it.
Joe was showing us how to tweak and navigate the Holley software while building us a full tune. Thank you, Joe. You were a huge help with this build. Obviously, since we're tuning it, we have to do a test burnout. It's for tuning, right?
Yeah, hit it.
I think we're gonna have no problem in the burnout contest.
We still got a belt. We still got a belt.
And obviously, since Joe is such a big help, he's gotta do a burnout too. Brito and I spent the last few nights before LS Fest tuning, tweaking, and trying to get this car just right and doing more practice burnouts.
Really well. It's so easy to burn out in this thing. I was third gear, just kind of feathered the clutch out and got it spinning. I got kind of bored, so I just flipped the line lock off and let it just kind of slide out. It was great. It'll be really fun in the donut pit. I'll get it started like that, get it creeping hopefully, and then just flip the switch off, and then it'll just do that for a little while and hopefully stay together, and a bunch of people will like it. It'll be fun.
This LS is awesome. It does just as good a burnouts as our Junkyard Big Block does, and I gotta tell you guys a secret. I've never really done a donut. I've only done a donut like once.
Wow.
That was it.
That is a big secret.
See what happens in the donut pit.
You're
Jose came over to do some last minute work and tuning on the Courier while we cleaned up and made sure the 56 was ready to leave tomorrow morning. We are finally on our way to LS Fest. Months and months of work, many late nights, many dinners, and fun family things missed. The 56 is finally on the back of the trailer, decked out, cleaned up, running good, and ready to go.
I'm really excited for this journey. Towing using something I built to tow another thing that I built.
That's true.
To
That's
a show about those things.
Yeah.
Is exciting for me. So
LS Fest is going to be awesome. We even have Jose bringing his Courier with an LS in it too.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for this. It's 4.5 months in the making, almost 5 months in the making actually. Actually, it is 5 months.
Yeah.
5 months in the making. So a lot of work. The journey is just beginning. Hopefully everything goes smoothly, but it should.
The next episode is going to be awesome. We're going to be at LS Fest with the 56, and hopefully it stays together. There's a lot more to come in the next episode, so please stay tuned.